a dystopian future, and a medieval town. These are the locations we'll cover in this episode of the Plitch Weekly Rewind. Today we are back with 2 games that you should check out if you haven't so already. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the game that everyone is talking about at the moment, Manor Lords. In case you missed it, Manor Lords is a top-down strategy game that allows us to build our own town, manage resources and expand our territory through conquest. What sets Manor Lord apart from other city builder games is its attention to detail in its environment. The game world and setting are inspired by 14th century Franconia, and the game goes to great lengths to ensure its historical accuracy. All the buildings, clothes and landscape represent the regions they are based on, and the game immediately draws you in with its visuals and overall great sound design. Now, although many of the gameplay mechanics are intuitive and veterans of other city builder games should have no problem with them, for players who are new to these kinds of games such as myself, Manor Lords can be a bit tricky to get a hold on at first. The tutorial does a great job of explaining the different mechanics, but sometimes an additional button or clear structure in the menu would have been nice. But hey, since the game is still in early access, maybe these changes will be included in future updates. Even now, Manor Lords is a damn good city builder game, and I personally can't wait to see what the game has in store for us in future updates. In the meantime, make sure to check out the Plitch trainer for the game. It comes with an instant build mod for buildings and lets you freely adjust the amount of money you have. For more mods, check out the trainer showcase here on the channel. Okay, let's take a short break and see what the Plitch team has been up to behind the scenes this week. We've released 11 new trainers and worked on 301 patches. And just in case Manor Lords wasn't enough medieval flair for you, make sure to check out Bellrite and our trainer for it. Alright, on to the next game.
Shelly, you're awake. Apologies for the rude awakening, but there's no time. A mole has infiltrated the GDF. I don't know what they're after, but if we don't stop them, the consequences will be dire.
Our next game takes us from the 14th century to the far future. In Phantom Fury, we step once again into the shoes of Shelly Bombshell Harris as we fight our way through hordes of soldiers, mutants and other enemies. Phantom Fury takes place many years after the events of the first game. Shelly wakes up from her coma and finds herself in a new conflict, along with a bionic arm that she can use as a melee weapon. This time, Shelly is tasked with securing a highly dangerous and mystic artifact known as the Demon Core. But of course, enemy forces also try to get a hold on the artifact. One of the first things you might notice about Phantom Fury is its updated presentation. Whereas Iron Fury was based on the graphical style of games like Duke Nukem 3D, Shadow Warrior and Blood, Phantom Fury aims for an aesthetic that is more reminiscent of Half-Life and maybe also Quake, with fully rendered 3D enemies, weapons and overall greater attention to detail in the environments. But not only in its presentation has 3D realms taken inspiration from Half-Life. Also in its gameplay, Phantom Fury pays homage to the shooter classic. The different weapons are separated into categories similar to Half-Life. And also the levels in general are more linear and packed with scripted events that make for a more cinematic feel while playing. Now, all that is not to say that Phantom Fury is a lackluster imitation of the original Half-Life. It simply takes a lot of elements from it and reuses them in its own way. Unfortunately, some of these elements work better than others. Besides some annoying bugs and glitches, many of the enemies are way too bullet spongy, while weapons lack a certain punch to them. Overall, however, Phantom Fury is a fun boomer shooter that especially fans of Half-Life should pay attention to. Also, Plitch offers a trainer for the game with over 20 mods, ranging from unlimited ammo to God mode to faster movement speed. Plitch makes it possible. And there you have it, that's all for this episode. Which games did you like the most? Let us know down in the comments. And if you want to take your gaming journey to the next level, make sure to visit Plitch.com. See you next week.